Good morning, good. Yeah.
Sorry, please, we have order for the Speaker.
I hope, Kyle, or Les Cancona, that when all the deputies inside the House return to your constituencies and face your people, that you will think it's such a good deal and you will be in such mood for laughing, because I think the laugh will be on the other side of your faces. So with respect, if I could say my few words on my own behalf, on behalf of the independents. I am a small businessman myself, and a very small businessman, of long standing. And I'd say, I have to ask the question, as every Irish person will ask tonight, when is a deal not a deal? And this clearly is not a deal. And I want to pay tribute, like the others, to the Taoiseach and Michael Noon and the officials in the Department of Finance for their hard work, certainly, and their endeavours. But sadly, we haven't delivered. Sadly. What have we? A child is born today. We get a lovely birthday present in 25 years' time. In 2038, he'll get a present of a big noose around him or her neck. That's what's going to happen. We're just kicking the can down the road. Why didn't you act on the mandate you got less than 2 years ago? This time 2 years ago, you were out canvassing. Hell's fire wasn't going to be hot enough tarnished for the bondholders. Satan himself was stoking the fire. You were going to be hotter than that. And you were going to burn them. No bondholder has been burned. Not one single. Of course you said that, and don't be in the spin. Of course you said that. It was sad and written. And the pledges as well. And the pledges as well. Of course you said that. And how many times was it said in here? And when you tarnish it with indignation, attacked the people inside of the House for their failures and ineptitude. And you were going to show us all the way, Labour's way or Frankfurt's way. Well, you go back and tell the trade unions, you go back and tell your people, and you'll get your answer. It's unbelievable, again, and it's total unbelievable for the people of this country to see that the bankers, the speculators, and the unsecured bondholders are laughing all the way to the bank again. We might have got rid of bank loan, we welcome that. Should have happened 4 years ago. But unfortunately, yes, I admit that. I admit that. I made a big mistake in voting for the guarantee. The Taoiseach voted for it, and the Fine Gael deputies voted for it. And you haven't accepted that you made a mistake. I made a mistake. But you came in and took up the same policies with gusto. And it's how high in endowment to Angela and the people over. And you had them over for a party this weekend now. You tell them all you had a big deal. And you have a big celebration in Leinster House, or in Dublin Castle. And you'll have a great time. But as I said, people outside there watching today are asking, where is the unequivocal write-down that was promised? We were all promised. Minister Rabbit said it. He let the cat out of the bag some months ago once the rabbit out of the bag, but he's got back into the burrow again because we have no write-down. The Taoiseach was out in Chile with his chilling words. But where are they now? They're measle-mouthed words. That's what they are. And when I look across the whole cabinet, I see not one businessman sitting at the cabinet table. And that's the problem, because you don't understand business. You don't understand the value of a pound. You don't understand. But Minister Riley is making the business out of his profession, yes.
Through the chair, Deputy.
Through the chair, I'm going to ask some questions. What is the impact? What will the impact be on the ordinary working man and woman in the street? And the Labour Party might ask that. They're supposed to represent them. At one time, the old Labour Party did, certainly. Ask Social Justice Ireland what are their feelings about this. And why have you proved this against any kind of a measurement? No, you haven't. You're in a spin with the spin doctors. You didn't know what time you're coming in today. I saw where the ECB noted your actions last night. Just noted it, if you wouldn't mind. And I don't know what kind of note they take of you over there, because they don't treat you with reality. Because I have met the Troika on 3 occasions, and they don't treat you with reality, because you said one thing before the election only 2 years ago, and you're doing the exact opposite, so you're confused. And they know that you're a pushover, the whole lot of you. That's sad. What effect will it have on the people struggling to pay their mortgages, or indeed those in negative equity? What impact is going to have those people? And they are in your constituencies and your clinics on a daily basis. What impact is going to have on the homeless and those on social welfare and the people that you claim to represent? Small businesses who can't get credit, are they going to go into the bank tomorrow or next Monday and be able to get the credit that they weren't able to get today or yesterday? No, they're not. There's no change in banking policy. There's no change in getting this economy moving, which you promised that you would. It's austerity on top of austerity, and the people cannot accept it, and I tell you the people won't accept it. And as I said, the grin will be gone off your face when you meet and go back to your constituencies. I got caught here once, clapping for a measure in the Department of Finance. That's why I was low to be clapping again, because when you get the small print, and when you see what the deal is, it's not a deal. It's a cop-out, Taoiseach. It's plainly a letdown to both yourselves, your public representatives behind you, your parties, and above all the Irish people. And we had to fight, and we had our chance. And we thought from all the noises you were making in the last couple of weeks that we were going to get something of a seismic deal. But we got nothing. Absolutely not a shilling written down off of the debt, the legacy debt. And as I said, not one, last night I said it again, not one banker, not one accountant, not one person has been properly arraigned, and everybody's entitled to their day in court and to justice. Not one of them has been brought before the courts fully charged yet. 2 or 3 years later, who are you protecting? That's what I want to ask. Who are you protecting? Or what mighty organisation are you protecting up there and high? Who are you protecting? And I asked the same question of the last government. Who are they protecting? Because why are the ordinary people bedevilled and children born like today wait up 25 years when they should be going out and graduating for college, and they're going to have a noose around their necks? They were promised lots of things by Minister Quinn in the last election, but why are they, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren and future generations? I hate saying it, Taoiseach. I'd go back and ask the late Michael Collins what he thinks of this deal. We know the answer. We know the answer. Or Liam Lynch, or any of the founder members, or any of the 1968 people. I'll ask them. Stand up. All right,
Order, please.
Sorry, I didn't hear Pat.
Deputy McGrath, yeah, through the chair.
So, thank you very much. Great crack. It's all great crack, yeah? You're the crack in the little party, and you're the man who said that in elections, we say things in elections, we just make promises that the people won't mind. But they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. They're waiting for you on the land brass.
Please.
You might be getting our attention, but the lads won't be our attention. They know when they'll be facing the music. But no, on a serious note.
Can we just, please.
It's so sad.
Deputy McGrath.
It's so sad that you got one of the finest mandates that any government ever got, and you were reneged totally on it, and you have been an utter failure to the people who elected you. And that's a sad legacy to leave behind you. I know you inherited a lot of trouble, and you're talking about that every day you come in here, but it's time to move on. You're in charge now. And I can tell you, Minister Shatter as well, you're in charge now. And the 10 more Garda stations you're going to close in 10 minutes. That's the contempt you treat the Gardaí with. It's unbelievable. It's time to move on. And look, we are proud people. We want to pay our way, but we want to pay the debt that we owe, not the massive billions of debt that was borrowed and lended in here by bankers, rogue bankers and rogue speculators, unsecured bondholders that you were going to bond tarnish there. And where are they? They're warming their backsides to the fires, as they are. And you're rubbing their belly with a bit of nice gasoline. That's what you're doing. And we know what the copper donations that come from. So I want to finish up and say that this is an abject failure.
Please.
And we'll have a full debate. What's that, Minister? You leave the commissioner waiting for another hour for a meeting, will you?
No, Deputy.
Yeah. No, I mean, he treats everybody with the same disdain, even the Garda Commissioner.
Through the chair.
So if I could finish, please, I will. Just want to say, in closing, that it's a sad day for Ireland, that we have, again, burdened our people and future generations, God knows how long, with a debt that they didn't incur, or their parents didn't incur, or their grandparents didn't incur. The fat cats, and indeed the regulators, both at EU level and Irish level, they allowed it to happen. They only be shoveled in here when they knew the economy was overheating, and when we knew it wasn't, and they have walked away scot-free, in spite of the mandate that was given to the government over there to deal with this. That's what they sold themselves on. So I say to you, Taoiseach, I am so disappointed. And you can laugh away all you want and talk. I'm so disappointed, but we're used to disappointments from you, Taoiseach. We had it yesterday in relation to the Macklins. We have it every day since you come in here. So we're going to have a debate next week, and we look forward to it. And I look forward to my colleagues making realistic points and honest points. But the bottom line fact is that this debt is crippling. It's not our debt. We've got no write-off. It's an abject failure.
That concludes the